welcome back to my channel. Today I created this smoky pink burgundy cat eye with a little bit of glitter for you today. I had such a great time filming this look. It was honestly bringing me back to when I used to go out to the clubs and I would do really dramatic makeup like this, and my friends would always ask me to do their makeup too. So I had such a good time. I revisited some old memories while I was making this look, and I hope you guys enjoy. If you like this look and you want to know how I got it, then just keep on watching. Alright, so I'm going to start off with my brows. I'm going to zoom you guys on in so you can see a little bit better. Alright, so I'm going to start by fluffing through my brow with my brow gel. Fluffy hairs in the way. Combing through all of the little hairs on the ends. So now that I'm done with that, I'm going to take my brow pencil and I'm going to fluff out the front of my brows, underline them gently, so I don't want it to be harsh, but I do want some definition. Brush them out so I can look at the shape. And then I'm going to take the pencil on the end to kind of fill in where I need to, where my brows aren't as full, and I'm also going to extend the tail out just a little bit. Now that my brows are on, I'm gonna start by priming my eyes with concealer. I use this as my eyeshadow base all the time, and I'm gonna blend that out with my damp Morphe sponge. Now that my eyes are primed, I'm going to zoom you guys back in and we can get started on the eyes. So I'm going to take my Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance Palette, and I'm going to start off with the shade Cypress Umber, which is this chocolatey brown shade right here. Cypress Umber, however you say it. And I'm going to just put this in the outer corner, just to add some depth there. I don't want to drag this too high or too far in the crease. Just laying down a little bit with patting motions in my outer corner. Then on that same brush, this is a Morphe M506 brush. It's just a little teeny tiny blending brush. I'm going to take the color Love Letter, and I'm going to pat that on Cypress Umber, and then I'm going to bring it into my crease. I'm going to keep packing on that color till I get the pigmentation that I like, and I'm going to pat it over the top, going just above that outer corner where I put the chocolatey brown shade, and then I'm going to keep it kind of round and bring it down and blend it where it's going to connect to my lower lash line later. And then I can blend just using really, really, really soft little motions, scratching back and forth, blending out the edges really gently, trying not to take it up too high. Now I'm going to take a clean fluffy blender brush. This is just Stain from Purple that I used earlier this week, but I promise there's no product on it, and I'm going to blend out these edges so that they're not harsh. going to be taking the shade Raw Sienna, which is right here, on a fluffier blending brush, and I'm going to blend that on the edges and start to bring it a little bit further up towards my brow bone. This is what it's looking like right now. I have a little fallout here, but we'll take care of that in a second. I had to go in and reinforce the pink a little bit and then blend that in with the orange so that they all seamlessly blended together. So I'm gonna take some Vaseline and use that on a Q-tip to remove some of the eyeshadow from my lids so that I can have a blank canvas for the glitter that we're gonna add. I'm not being too precise with this, I'm just kind of getting it off of the lid. I'm not trying to cut the crease or anything because once we put the glitter on, it's just going to blend in with the rest of the shades. Now I'm going to take the Stila Magnificent Metals Glitter eyeshadow and I'm going to put that all over my eyelid. So now I want to get started on the skin, so I'm going to take my Milk Hydro Grip Primer. I'm going to put that on my T-zone, mostly my nose, and then around my nose, bring that up to between my brows, on my forehead, and then what's left over down on my chin. Here I'm adding some of my NYX liquid highlighter to the tops of my cheekbones and above my brow. Now I'm applying Becca Under Eye Corrector underneath my eyes and up towards the tail of the eyeshadow, and then in the next clip you'll see me blend it out with a sponge. So now that I look like I didn't stay up all night watching TikToks last night, I'm going to apply my NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation in the shade Mont Blanc. I'm going to use my damp Morphe sponge to apply this. I'm going to use about 3 pumps. That I'm going to start in small sections and blend by bouncing the sponge, not swiping. Whatever was left on my sponge after blending the foundation all over my face to go onto my nose. My nose gets really cakey really quick, so I like to use as little product as possible. The only time I drag is when I'm trying to get into the little creases on my nose. just because I have a difficult time doing that. And this flat edge can help with that sometimes, but sometimes it can also just kind of like place the product in there and then I can't quite get in there and blend it out. So I'd rather use as little product as possible and just kind of shove it in there, shove it in those little creases, and then blend out the foundation around my nose as lightly as possible. Next, I'm gonna take my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer and I'm gonna put that under my eyes and drag it down a little bit, add some coverage to my red cheeks. So I let that sit for a minute and now I'm gonna go ahead and blend it out. Bringing it around that eyeshadow softly, not trying to have a harsh line there. And then I'm gonna start blending down my cheek. And I'm gonna take some of that product and put it lightly down the center of my nose and on my forehead. Just to lighten up my complexion a little bit. This foundation is a little bit dark for me. Again, matches me in the summertime. And I didn't feel like mixing it today because I like the fact that it gives me a little bit more of a natural finish. And I really wanted any moisture that I possibly could have to shine through today. Didn't want to be matte. And this is my favorite foundation to have a little bit more of a natural satin finish. So now when I'm blending out the other side, I'm gonna take it down my cheek, just like my first side, and then I'm gonna take this onto my chin. And I like to kind of go up the sides of my chin as well. To lighten up those areas. And then I'm gonna go back in and make sure that I'm blending out really well under the eye and softly around the eyeshadow. To set my under eyes, I'm gonna take my damp sponge and I'm gonna dip it in some powder and I'm gonna go right underneath the eyes. And I'm not baking, but I'm just pressing this right in. And then dabbing the excess down and around on my face. The only place on my face that ever really gets oily is my nose, so I am going to do that same technique where I press powder into my nose with the sponge, but the rest of my face I'm gonna use a brush. So I'm gonna go ahead and pat this in to make sure that the makeup on my nose doesn't slip and slide by the end of the day or the end of the night. So then I'm gonna take this big fluffy Eco Tools brush and I'm going to swirl that in the cap and lightly set the rest of my face. Then I'm gonna give my face a quick shot of setting spray just to kind of block those in before I go in with the rest of my powder products. Once that's dry, I'm ready to go in with my bronzer. I'm using my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer on a big fluffy bronzing brush. And I'm gonna go to town with circular motions on my cheekbones. I'm not trying to go below them because I want my face to look more lifted, and the lower you go with darker colored products, the lower your face looks. The bottom end of this is definitely kind of carving out my cheekbone, and then the top part is bronzing my cheeks. So I'm gonna go ahead and bronze up my neck, just at a slight attempt to get it to match my foundation shade. All right, now I'm gonna take some blush. This is a Pixi blush in the shade Beach Rose. Very natural. I like this a lot. I like the rosy tone of it, and it'll definitely go with the eye look that we have going on here. Apply a little bit of that, blend it in really well with the bronzer. There we go. All right, I wasn't sure if I was going to, but I think I'm gonna contour my nose. So I'm gonna take this angled fluffy brush by Firma. I don't know. I got it in an Ipsy bag, so thank you, Ipsy. I love Ipsy. And I'm going to go just inside of where the natural edge, the bridge of my nose is, because I want it to look slimmer. I want it to look like I can't breathe. And I'm using the same bronzer that I use for my face, which I don't always do, but it does look good. And I'm gonna take some on the bottom of my nose as well, and on the top, kind of making a little ball around the tip of my nose. And then I'm gonna go up towards my eyebrows just a little bit. And then I'm gonna take my big fluffy powder brush and I'm gonna go over that just to kind of blend it out because I don't want it to be super harsh. My favorite time, I'm gonna highlight, so I'm gonna use my Maybelline Master Chrome highlighter, and I'm gonna hit the high points of my cheeks, blending that in circular motions. I like being glowy, so I'm not gonna be too mad if this isn't the most precise application. And then I'm gonna start to bring it up around my eyebrow, forehead a little bit, just so I'm glowy everywhere. Then I'm gonna bring that highlight down the center of my nose, and I'm actually gonna go back over those lines that I had originally contoured because I was obviously a little messy with the highlight, and if you have highlight on top of your contour, then it's going to make your nose look wider and defeat the purpose of you contouring your nose in the first place. So I'm gonna do a little bit of Tightline and Waterline liner with just a black gel liner. I'm not gonna do any winged liner today or any liquid liner at all, just because I normally wouldn't when I'm doing a look like this. I like the fact that the glitter is very obvious, and I have slightly hooded eyes, so if I put liner over it, it kind of covers it up and then you can't see it, and that's no fun. So I went ahead and also did my bottom lash line. I smudged some of the brown along my lash line, and then I smoked it out with the pink and the orange that I used in my crease, and it got a little heavy, so I'm gonna take some translucent powder on a little brush and just kind of blend away where I took that down too low. To finish off my look today, I'm going to use a nude beige lip liner from NYX, and then I'm gonna go over it with my Stila liquid lipstick in Caramello, and then my Milani Keep It Full Plumping Gloss in Champagne. I'm gonna go over the outer corners of my lip with this pencil just to blend them together a little bit. This is the final look with the lip. I'm just gonna spray myself with a little or a lot more setting spray to really sink everything into my skin. Definitely getting ready for a really strenuous, sweaty, hot day on the couch watching TikTok again. I hope you guys are having an okay time during quarantine. I know it can be really difficult. I'm personally trying to do things that I don't normally do when I don't have that much time. I am trying to express myself through different creative outlets like makeup, painting, other things like that. So I hope that you guys can find joy in what you have at home. I hope you guys are staying home and that you guys are staying healthy and that you're sending out your thoughts and your prayers to those that are helping on the front lines, the grocery workers, everything like that. Stay strong. We'll get through this as long as we stay home. But yeah, that's the end of the tutorial on this look. I hope you like it. I definitely had a good time doing it. Thank you for coming back to my channel. If you like this video, let me know down below. Leave me a like and a comment, and subscribe to my channel for more new videos coming soon. Thanks. Bye. Did I have lipstick on my teeth this whole time?